you should or shouldn't play Azir. Why? 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 Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be talking about more Azir, because that's been on my mind lately, and the air conditioning went on. That's just... every time I sit down for a video, it's like, well, the air conditioning's gonna go on today. Guess it's just gonna ruin the whole thing. But you know what? I'm not gonna let it get to me. I'm not gonna let it take over my life. I'm not gonna let it disrupt my passions, my joy in making this video. Frick you, air conditioning. God dang it. Ugh, bitch. So anyway, today I want to talk about more Azir, specifically why you shouldn't, or should or shouldn't play Azir. What it is in this meta, in this season, should keep you or should make you want to play Azir. And it's really coming from my own experiences, playing him a bunch. I've been like kind of just one trick maining him mainly, and it's been really a lot of fun. I really enjoy the champion. He's my favorite champion in the game. Also, by the way, I wanted to let you know that this is a completely and 100% disclaimer, my opinion. This is completely all of my opinion, my belief on Azir in general, and what I think about him as the main of the champion and things like that. But I've been playing him for a long time, and I would really like to talk a little bit and make an opinion piece about this, I guess. I want to talk about why you shouldn't play Azir first, and kind of like start on a low note and go to a high note why you should play Azir. So why shouldn't you play Azir? There's gonna be a few reasons why you shouldn't play Azir. Number one is Azir is never going to be meta ever, like unless Riot decides that they're going to give him some more tools or completely rework him. He's just not going to be very strong unless you are like legit just one-tricking the champion, know every matchup possible, know how to deal with all the champions. And also, I mean, it's almost impossible because every game's different, especially since you play with different people every time. So it's just, he's never going to meta. The other thing is that whenever he's changed, it's very slow coming. So like from the past couple patches, it's been just like they've updated his mana a little bit. So they gave him a little bit more mana early game, and they've buffed his ultimate through a little bit of more damage and increasing the width of it. So that's about it. Be aware of those things. Those two are specifically the top two, in my opinion, that why you shouldn't play Azir. And like if you really want to climb, playing Azir is going to be really, really tough, and it's going to be really hard to climb, because not because you are a terrible player, not because Azir is like the worst champion ever, but because your team, like it just seems like it just doesn't work out. And that leads into my next point, where it's just like I don't think teams know how to play around you, because he's not played a lot, because there's not a lot of people who and he's not really a big popular pick. He's not a meta pick. He's not someone that you only really play him because you enjoy him. People don't know how to play with him. People know how to play around him, and you picking him means that you do need some things for your team to do, because you're kind of there. You're a carry. Azir is he's a pretty good carry as far as damage wise. He does a lot of damage late game, but people don't know how to play with your soldiers. You kind of have to rely solely on yourself, which is really difficult, especially if you're getting camped or something like that, or your team isn't doing very well. So it's just like, it's tough. And if you want to get out of a game, if you want to really like carry a game that's going badly, you have to work extra hard on Azir to try to do that, because you have to position better than everyone else. You have to pay attention more than everyone else. You have to be cognizant of what's going on in team fights or fighting in general all the time. You just have to do everything better than everyone else, and that's, you know, it's hard. It's doable, but it's very difficult. And I mean, I'm pretty sure why most people don't play him is because they just want to play champions that are, I mean, for a good reason. Champions are just a little bit easier to play and more meta and more powerful throughout the game than he is. So the other thing is that he has, like I said before, he has a high skill ceiling and floor. Like both of those things, like they're up here. Like the floor, it starts up here and it goes up here. Like everyone thought that Rise was Rise, for example, at one point was one of those champions that was like, oh, you have to do all these combos and stuff. He had a kind of decently low floor. Like you could kind of play him. You got the gist of him pretty early, and it took you some time to really master him. Azir already starts like up here. Like he starts right here, and you have so much more to go. So it takes time, and I'm saying that I made the champion. I haven't even I haven't mastered this champion at all either. So coming from someone who's played him a lot and is still trying to get better at him, it's a long process, and it really really does take time. It doesn't really allow you, and especially also in that same regard, when you try to play other champions, it just seems like impossible. I try to play Azir, I'm trying to play Zoe, like, how do I play this champion? Why aren't there things auto-attacking? What is this bubble? What is going on? I just don't know what to do. So you kind of get in the groove of playing Azir because he's very unique. Like, as far as other champions go, he's pretty special as far as his mechanics and design go. So it's just like kind of out there when you're trying to play another champion. Like, I just totally forgot to play the game. So keep that in mind as well. And so another thing is that he is a frontline. He's not a frontline. That would actually be pretty cool, but he's not a frontline. He needs people to be with him. You need your team with you. I mean, that's for it's for any champion, but you need other people with you. You need a frontline. It's nice to have someone with CC other than yourself, because you can't solely rely on your CC to be there to crowd control, especially since your main crowd control ability is there to keep everyone else safe. You are kind of the safekeeper of your team with your ultimate. You want to use it to protect other people mostly. You could do Shroom Shuffles sometimes, but it's mainly used as a protective defensive tool. Like, your team just can't rely on just that. They need to also be bringing champions that have CC and stuff like that. So that kind of goes back to my previous point where your team needs to know how to play with you. They have to, if you first pick Azir and your team's picking like Nidalee jungle, Teemo top lane, Senna bot, like Soraka bot lane, and I don't know, Jinx. Like, okay, great. Well, we have no CC whatsoever, and we're just gonna get run over by the Alistar, the Sejuani, the Darius, the Carry. Like, they're just gonna run over us. So that's happened to me many times. And it gets really frustrating. So be aware of that if you're gonna be playing him. And the final point I wanted to make for not playing him is that there are plenty of other champions to play that will be probably more enjoyable at the beginning and bring you and climb you a lot faster. Like, legit just climb you a lot faster. Like, meta champions, like, if you just go to like u.gg and look up what has the highest win rate, probably just pick one of those. It's not like the thing that is the make or break for what a champion is good at, but it definitely gives you information. I mean, that's why Azir is just like at the bottom. So, I mean, pick Diana, like, she's really good right now. Pick, I don't know, Garen, because he's easy to play. Like, things that are just like easier, obviously, are going to be better for you if you don't want to if you don't really want to work as hard to learn the champion and climb a lot faster. Anyway, that's why you shouldn't play Azir. But why should you play Azir? I'm a channel currently all about this champion, and I play him all the time. Why should you play him? Why do I play him? And really, that's what I'm going to talk about, is why I play him, and try to convince you that that's why you should play him. First thing for me is that I like a challenge. I like to pick things in most games that are considered not good, for mainly the reason that they're hard to play. I just like to, and I feel like that's more of a personal thing. That's not the reason you play a game, that's fine. Like, that's just the way I like to play sometimes. And I like taking the challenge and mastering it as much as possible. Like, for example, I sometimes wait when new champion, I mean, a lot of people do this, but I wait for champions after they're released or reworked for them to get completely nerfed into the ground and impossible to play, to see if I can like get better at them, to be the best at them. That happened with Zoe with me. She got nerfed into the ground after she came out, because she was nerfed and nerfed again and nerfed again, and I became really good with her, and at least in my eyes, I guess. And then same thing with Azir. I tried to pick him up again this year, last year, and then this year, and I picked him up initially because I was like, wow, he's really unique, but he seems to be really hard to play. I really want to challenge myself, and I feel like that makes the game in general, League of Legends, more fresh, like feel a lot more exciting to me than just like, oh, I picked this champion because they're good. Like, oh, I'm gonna pick Diana because, you know, I'm just gonna play this champion a million times because I know that they're good, they're strong, and blah blah blah. Sure, we can do that. That's completely fine. You can do that. It's nothing. If you enjoy the game that way, that's completely okay. Like, I'm not judging you because of that. I just prefer to challenge myself, and what if that makes it so that's harder for me to climb? Oh well, I won't get the challenger anytime soon. Oh well, I mean, it's not the end of the world to me. The other reason I like playing Azir is that he's so unique. There's not really a champion like him in the game. He's like a summoner, ADC, mage, hybrid smack together, and it's really fun. I really enjoy the soldier gameplay. I really enjoy the crowd control gameplay. I love using his ult. I like being a team player. That's kind of the reason why I play the game. I like being a team player, which probably is the reason why I shouldn't play League of Legends and shouldn't play with solo queue, but I like using my abilities to protect my teammates, using the ult as a kind of a defensive tool, because really that's how you're supposed to use it usually. You can sometimes do fancy stuff, but again, it's mostly a defensive mechanism for you to protect yourself and everyone else, so if you can protect your ADC, I like being there for my teammates. So he's just unique, and in that regard, I like playing him. And you feel like an emperor when you play him, right? You do some really cool stuff, like, oh my god, you just shuffled everyone away from the team that was dying. You're like, everyone's like, oh my god, you saved us, wow, Azir. And you're just like, oh yes, I am the emperor. You bow down before me. I'm the best. Yes, praise me more. Yes. And it's just, it feels good. It feels great. Another thing about Azir is that this is kind of like a hybrid. Why you shouldn't play Azir. You have to really love the champion to play him, because there are times when you just get dicked so hard, and you really have to enjoy playing them through those hard times. And a lot of people just go and say, well, I just don't like playing the champion because it feels impossible. And I've said that a lot with Azir. It's like, oh, it just feels impossible to keep playing him, because I know that if I keep playing him, I can learn from every encounter that I have. Especially all the failings that I have. I mean, I have a ton of them. I don't show them a lot in my gameplay. Like, there's times when I make some really big mistakes. I probably should show them more. I would like to. They can be funny sometimes, and I do show them, but there's times I make some stupid mistakes, or I miss something, or like being an idiot or whatever. And you just have to really love playing the champion to want to play him. So if you like micro in the game, then you'll like playing Azir, because he's a micro machine. You have to pay attention to where your soldiers are, you have to pay attention to where you are, you have to pay attention to where enemy is, you have to pay attention to where your allies are, you have to pay attention to where your soldiers are going, where you're going. It's just like, there's like 5 million things to pay attention to. Where your position is just like crazy. I guess I didn't really give a whole lot of reasons why you should play Azir. Like, it feels like I just talked about how hard it is to play the champion. But that might be a reason why you play him. If you like challenge, as far as the champion goes, if you like something to keep your attention in the game, because I get bored really easily, which is why I used to switch champions a lot. I used to, like, every game I would change my champion because I got so bored. But nowadays I'm finding that, like, when I play a champion that is difficult to play, not because they have been kind of nerfed into the ground, but because they're mechanically difficult, I find that makes it better, like makes the game more fun for me. Ultimately what it's about, right? It's about making the game fun, even though sometimes you get some really shitty people to play with. I mean, the other day I got like flamed, even though the jungler was like 0-9 and gave double buffs, 2 kills at level 3. So it's just like, what am I supposed to do? That's kind of all I really want to talk about today. I'm working on gameplay videos, but I wanted to make this because I want to do more of this. This, like, me talking to you guys. It feels less creative, but I also wanted to talk about, since I play this game so much and you guys play this game a lot, I think it's worth the time. So if you did enjoy this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike button. That works as well. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below, because I really like to interact with you guys. Do you like Azir? Have you played him? What makes you, actually, more specifically, what makes you want to play a champion? Like, I told you why I like playing Azir. What is your favorite champion? Why do you like to play them? It could be anything, like, oh, I just like doing a lot of damage, or I just like how easy they are, or I like the challenge of them, or I just like the character. Like, I play Zoe mainly because I put Zoe and Jin mainly because 1, I like their abilities, but 2, I just like their characters, and that's kind of why I like to play them. So let me know in the comments down below, and also hit the bell button if you want to get notified when I upload a video. And yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I do that lip smack thing. I'm sorry, okay? Gotta stop. I just gotta stop that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.